Hello trainers, Neto here, and today we're gonna dive into Open Great League with a video that we haven't done in a while, with Shadow Zapdos staring into a video that it is gonna be all about it. So we're gonna lead with Medicham, have at the back Stunfisk. Who cares about that? I try to make this meta and keep Shadow Zapdos the spice that will prove to be the better Pokemon, and look at that, we have it ready to go, and we're gonna analyze now how this team can work. Well, with Shadow Zapdos you are mostly afraid of Altaria, of other steel types, so that's why I have Medicham with Ice Punch for the Altaria, and of course the counter damage for other steel types, and of course I have Galarian Stunfisk at the back, which is gonna be a very good Pokemon in total for Great League, and will give access to my Shadow Zapdos to sweep most of the times. And I say most of the times because we get wrecked a lot. And now without any further ado, let's dive into the first battle of Shadow Zapdos. We are starting off the video with the Medicham facing the Swampert. This is a pretty cool lead for our team because Medicham can still stand victorious against the Shadow Swampert, especially on the defensive side of Shadow Swampert. So we're gonna see the switch out to the Skarmory. We have the Shadow Zapdos and things are looking pretty good right now for us. We're gonna go also for the Undercharge here because they decide to go for the Brave Bird, which means now that we can farm even more, and because I have a feeling that Swampert is gonna come in, I'm gonna go with the Drill Peck, and perhaps, I say perhaps, I will go ahead and shield their move. I will always go for that CMP since I know that they need 5 mud shots for the first one and 4 for the second Hydro Cannon. So with that in mind, I will always force the CMP since I can win it, and I will go pretty well against them. I will go here for that final Drill Peck. They are not gonna block, down they go, they have the Sableye at the back, which means now that we have the chance to go for the big Thunderbolt. Medicham comes in and we're gonna be able to do some solid work right now. We know that we can still afford in losing our Medicham because we have our Stunfisk at the back, and if they can go ahead and use all their energy on my Medicham, as it is most likely gonna happen here, we're gonna be able to go in with the Zapdos, absorb the rest of the energy, and then finish off the match with our mud shots because Stunfisk is coming in full HP, a pretty tanky option. Even 2 fall plays will not be enough, and we're gonna grab this amazing first victory. Into the next one now with Medicham facing the Alolan Sandslash. This is gonna be a very good lead for us, and we're gonna force the switch out to the Toxapex. However, everything is not yet over because I made a mistake here. I should have gotten to my Stunfisk for sure, but I guess I just wanted to avoid the matchup with Zapdos against Sandslash on the end game. So right now we have the chance to go for the big move, for the Thunderbolt. They are not gonna block the second one, down they go. So now we are both even on shields and still have the chance to go for a Drill Peck here. They are gonna take it, I believe, not gonna deal enough damage, but still a nice chunk to that steel ice typing. At the back they have a Tapu Fini, which is gonna wall down both my Galarian Stunfisk here and the Medicham, so we have to play accordingly. We have the time to go for the big move, for the Earthquake. Are they gonna block this? Yes they are. This is a bummer. Perhaps going for the Rock Slide could have been a better choice since I could have taken the shield out of them and another Rock Slide could be imminent. We have the time to go here for that Psychic. We are just gonna do so much damage. Okay, so we have to take now that Surf since we know that they have some energy on their Sandslash here, but at the last second I was like, let's block this. You never know how close they are to the Bulldoze, and we're gonna lose this match like this, which was a bummer. So we had a lot of weird battles with Shadow Zapdos, and we were always on a very tough position, and you're gonna see that we are not gonna win most of the times on this video. We're gonna get wrecked a lot, and we're gonna have some really nice and clutch wins as well. We're having now the very bad switching matchup here against this Swampert. I decided to double block just to be able to take out both of them shields. We lag a little bit here, which is a bummer. We have though the chance to go for the Rock Slide, and we are a little bit away from that Earthquake, so they know that. They were counting, I believe, so Hydro Cannon here will connect, and now I have the Medicham over that Swampert. They bring in the Sableye, and I'm just gonna try to go here for that drill peck before they finish us off, because I know foul play has already been charged up. They have here to throw that return. Oh my goodness, I wasn't expecting that, and that is a really good move because now we can safely farm down with the counters. Here comes now that Swampert, and let's see what they have at the back. We have the time to go now for the Psychic. I don't think this was the best move ever, but the only one I could throw. And anyways, they had the Charmer at the back, and with Stunfisk out of the way, this team is really struggling against Charmer. So into the next one now, we're facing the Medicham mirror match, and we're having now the chance to go for the Psychic, able to deal some really nice damage to the Medicham. We're gonna be able to take the move as well since they took ours. Both ends here do not have that extra psychic debuff, so we're gonna be able to take here the Ice Punch because they were getting greedy. We have the Psychic once again, able to take the shield out of them, and now we have to pressure for that CMP as soon as possible, able to delete down the remaining HP out of the Medicham with our drill peck here, and we have the time to go now for the big move, the Thunderbolt on the Leaky Tank. Look at that, on the heavy monster, about 60% of pure damage, pure electroshock, and we have now that amazing Stunfisk against the Drapion, which is gonna be a pretty solid option overall. We're trying to go here for the big move, the Earthquake. We still have 2 shields, so worst case scenario here, we double block and completely destroy down this Drapion. I'm getting pretty close to the Earthquake, to be honest, so I'm just gonna press it immediately. This is not even gonna be a CMP. Down goes Drapion. We kept the shield alive as well, so Leaky Tank here has to, I guess, farm down. This is not gonna happen at all. We have the time to go for that Earthquake for sure. Down goes Leaky Tank, and a very nice win will be for our team. Into the next one now with a Medicham on the mirror once again. Let's see what will change right now. We have a crazy double set video as you're seeing here. We have some wins, but also the losses can be devastating, and oh boy, yesterday I was having a lot of Charmers against my Charmer, against my my Medicham and the Zapdos. So right now we're gonna have the Psychic against this Medicham, so I have to block here because I'm losing the CMP as it seems. They are going for the Ice Punch, and I have to rely on my Zapdos to close the match because they just shielded here. So we have to block as well and rely on Zapdos on farming up even more energy and completely destroying them down. They have the Leaky Tank which comes into the battle. We have to go now for the Thunderbolt. This is gonna do just so much damage at them, and at this point I'm pretty sure I can survive the Body Slam and go for an extra drill peck against the Leaky Tank. You can see how crazy of a beast Zapdos can be. So at this point they have enough HP that I can farm down with this with my Stunfisks here. We're gonna get hit by a Body Slam which does almost no damage, barely tickles. They have an Azumarill at the back, and things are getting a little bit scary right now because if they have access to the Hydro Pump, we can still lose. We're gonna go here for the catch on the Medicham on the 7th bubble. Hydro Pump it is, trainers, and now we have the upper hand here with our Earthquake. What is gonna happen though, because Medicham is still alive, we have to go ahead and use the Earthquake. However, we cannot. Right on the edge, Ice Punch is gonna be enough to destroy us down. We can reach to the Earthquake, but at this amount of HP, I don't think that Stunfisk can do anything to threat them down, and we're gonna lose a very close match. Into the next one now against the Red, still up on the lead. You love to see, trainers. They have on the switch the Medicham. We're gonna bring our Flyer, and Shadow Zapdos is gonna go to town here because we have to block the Ice Punch, and other than that we can definitely outspeed to the moves. Drill peck number 1 is imminent. Are they gonna block it, trainers? And yes, they are. So they are kinda forced here in blocking our moves, and since I'm expecting a 2-shield scenario here, I'm just gonna pressure even more. They are not shielding for the second time, but this gives me the chance to block their move and completely farm down right after. Let's see what they have at the back. Oh, they return with the Red Steel, not even the 3rd Pokemon, so they must be extremely weak to our Zapdos here. We have the Thunderbolt. This is gonna do so much damage at them. They have to throw here the big move, the Zap Cannon on the Medicham, and it is gonna be a Sableye. However, things are not over yet, so Ice Punch here can be taken from them, but we have one more ready to go. Are they gonna block trainers? No, they are not. Gonna put the Sableye on the red. I really like Excel Medicham. It has so many good matchups, even against its counters. It has a very solid matchup overall. So here we're gonna take not only the shield but also some energy out of the Sableye. Stunfisk comes into play, and we can definitely go here for the Rock Slide before they even reach to a foul play. We're gonna take this Pokemon out of the way, and at this point I'm pretty sure we can survive one whole Focus Blast, finish off with the Earthquake, and Stunfisk is gonna go to town once again. So you're seeing that the closer of the team might be Zapdos, but most of the times we're using Stunfisk because it's gonna be such a good Pokemon. Into the next one now against the Berserker up on the lead. Oh boy, I remember this match, and what did I say before about Zapdos as a closer? Well, wait a little bit, because we're having such a crazy video right now. Azumarill with the Ice Beam, and Zapdos is charging up as crazy, as a crazy Pokemon, right? Yeah, I totally misconfused myself. And we're gonna be now on a very good spot because we're gonna double block, but right now we have the energy needed to go ahead and bait with Drill Peck. Even if they do not shield like they do over here, we can go with the Drill Peck on that Azumarill once again, try to catch that Ice Beam on our Medicham. This is gonna be awesome, and right now at the back there is gonna be a Trevenant, so they still have that close combat Pokemon, the Berserker, alive and well. Which can be kinda a troublemaker for our team without our Medicham, so we will try to go ahead and do as much damage as possible against this Trevenant. And right now I will return to the fight with my Stunfisk. What I want to do here is to rely on my Zapdos to close the entire match, so we have the time to go for that Rock Slide. What are you gonna do now? Is Berserker gonna return to the fight? Yes, it is. We have the Earthquake ready to go. We are not gonna fire it off yet. We are gonna farm down with those Thunder Shocks, and we're gonna electrocute completely that Berserker out of existence, grabbing this amazing win. Into the next one now with the Walrein up on the lead. You love to see it, you love to see it, trainers, and Medicham will be our opponent. We're gonna be able to go with the Zapdos against the Medicham, dealing so much damage with the Drill Peck, and they have to start blocking. We have to block as well. Zapdos is an amazing offensive Pokemon, and they are using a Power Up Punch version of Medicham. That is definitely not another Ice Punch or Psychic, just another Power Up Punch, which we can take, by the way, and we can pressure even more with those Drill Pecks. And we have the time here to go for another Drill Peck, the third Drill Peck in a row, to finish off that Power Up Punch version of Medicham, destroy it down, and at the back Walrein returns. At this point I believe that we have maintained our switch advantage. We will try to catch on the Stunfisk, and pretty much the game is over right now because we can definitely wall down that Altaria. The Moonblast is gonna connect, but no debuff at all, and Stunfisk is gonna be able to do some severe damage on that flying type Pokemon. We are already there on the double Rock Slide. I'm not gonna risk it, just gonna throw the moves immediately and completely farm down right after. I know that Walrein will stand no chance against my fighting type, so I still have some really nice moves to throw with my Stunfisk anyways. Here comes now the Rock Slide, gonna deal a lot of damage. We are already there at the Psychic, and we're gonna unleash it on that Walrein, able to destroy it down, and we're gonna focus now into the final one, trainers, against an Umbreon up on the lead, and we're gonna be able to go ahead and switch into our Stunfisk following their Deoxys switch. This is gonna be kind of a weird battle, to be honest, because they deal super effective damage with those fast attacks, but defensively you can see that both of us are pretty standing alive, because we both lack the attack stat, and also they have a very bad moveset against our Stunfisk. So we're gonna be able here to take another move, I believe, because they're severely debuffed. Look at that, able to survive and still gonna unleash that final Rock Slide to the opponent. I will try to go ahead and use another Rock Slide, this time on the Umbreon, because one Snarl will not be enough to finish us off, so they will farm a little bit, and now Medicham can come in, start doing some solid job with its moveset. Counter damage is always super effective. We have the ice punches as well to add up even more pressure to our matchup here. We have the ice punch, they are not gonna block, which makes a lot of sense to be honest, and at this point we can take 2 foul plays for sure, so I'm just gonna try and go for the farm down, but at the last second I was like, let's throw it, let's preserve that HP, let's see what they have at the back. There is gonna be the matchup, we're gonna go here for that chip move, for the ice punch. We have to take the shield out of them, and at this point I think that the double trill peck is imminent from the Zapdos, able to close the match, and we're gonna grab a very nice victory overall with our Shadow Zapdos team. So that's all, trainers, thank you for watching, thank you for staying till the end. Just be sure to leave a huge like before you go, subscribe to the channel, and write down in the comment section which was your favorite Shadow Zapdos moment, because we had a lot of time to do that on this channel. So thank you for watching, and I hope to see you all into the next one. Take care, trainers. Choo choo choo.